All right, let's get started. Okay, so we're gonna need two weights for today. Okay, go ahead and pause the video if you need to go ahead and do a warm up of your choosing, get the heart rate flowing, do some of our normal movements. We have a lot of upper body stuff, so if you want to do some upper body specific warm ups, go ahead and do that, and then come on back and we'll get started. Okay, so we have three things that we're going to do today, three blocks. Our first one we're going to be doing 2 times through, okay, and the other two are going to be 3 times through. Okay, so our first one is 2 times through, and we have three exercises. Okay, so our first one, we're going to do a quadruped thoracic rotation. Okay, so quadruped is just a fancy word for being on our hands and knees here. What we're going to do is we're going to take a hand to the back of the head here. We're going to drive our elbow to the other side arm elbow pit. Okay, so we're here. Boom, I'm coming to this other side elbow pit. And I'm opening up, trying to point this elbow at the ceiling, okay? What I don't want to do is curl down here. Chest up, looking up, and we come back. 1, 2, 3. Okay, we have 8 reps per side. Once we do our 8, we switch sides, hand to the back of the head. Make sure we're always keeping our chest up here. Okay, we bring this elbow to the other side arm, right in the elbow pit. Opening and looking. Opening and looking. Okay, so we can fall into the trap of really just trying to use our shoulder to drive here. But think about the big back muscles here in the center that are going to pull us back. Okay, that's really where we're going to get an advantageous workout. Okay, so we're trying to keep that shoulder down and we pull back using those big back muscles like we're doing a back fly. Okay, that'll really help you out. That's our first one, so the quadruped thoracic rotation. Our second one is we're going to do the hands and knees, bird dog, but we're going to be reaching with our arm, okay? So we're here in that same position. What we're going to do is we're going to kick one leg out, okay? We extend one leg. What we're going to do is then try and find that neutral spine position. Like always, we're going to take this opposite side arm from our leg. We're going to reach down to almost like we're reaching towards our knee of the leg that's up. Okay, so we're reaching towards that knee. Probably not going to get all the way to touch it, but we're going in that angle. We're here reaching for that knee, and then we're going to reach up and out towards the ceiling, okay? So we're coming almost at this 45-degree angle right here, reaching for the knee, up and out, thumb up, reaching for the ceiling. We're trying to keep our balance throughout. We're not letting this leg move all over the place. We're not tilting, right? I'm reaching, curling under, curling up, okay? We're going to be doing 5 reps per side. So that's a little bit more slow and controlled movement. So we're here, reaching, 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 coming up, 1 rep right there, okay? We do 5 per side. Go ahead and switch, okay? Our third one is we're going to be doing combining a dead bug and our glute bridge marches. So let's go ahead and grab a weight. It doesn't have to be too heavy. We'll grab a weight, and we're coming into our dead bug position first, right here. What we're going to do is we're going to take this weight, and we're going to bring it overhead, okay? And so when we do that, what's going to happen is going to want to pull our rib cage up. We want to tack it down to the floor, okay? So we pull that rib cage down. We find the tension. We're pulling our elbows in to create that tension. Here, from here, we're going to do is we're going to keep this weight here. We're going to lower the legs, and we're going to do a glute bridge. Okay, so we have this weight overhead still. From here, we're just going to do our marches. Our goal is to create a nice stable structure throughout so that when we do our marches, we're not shifting side to side. The hip's not dropping. This weight isn't counterbalancing. We're locked in right here. Boom, boom. So what's going to happen when we do those types of movements, you're going to feel a shift in the activation of the muscles from left to right. And we're trying to evenly do that when we do that march so that we can transition that contraction to stabilize on the opposite side, okay? So we're really trying to stay as still as possible even though we're moving our legs. We have 20 marches. So 10 marches per side, 20 in total, okay? And that's our first set of 3 exercises. Remember, that's 2 times through. We're moving on to our next thing, okay? So that one's a little bit more to warm us up and get the core musculature going and some of the motion patterns we're going to use for now our second series of 3 exercises that really integrate a lot of movements in one, okay? So we're going to start by getting 2 weights out to the center, and we're going to start by sitting, okay? So I want to make sure when we sit, we're doing it correctly. And it might sound simple that we're just sitting on the ground, but there's really a correct way to be sitting on the ground and an incorrect way, okay? So the correct way is to structure our spine up and down so that it's supporting itself, right? And we're not bending through. And that takes a lot of concentration and control to do that. So what we're going to do is, if you feel down, what they call a sit bones in yoga, but this fancy word, an ischial tuberosity down here, this bone, you can feel it on the bottom of your butt. What you're going to try to do is not let that bone shoot forward, right? We want to sit up nice and tall. We go into this tilting our pelvis this way as much as we can, so now that we feel like we're sitting on top of those bones, okay? And then from there, a nice, tall, prominent chest. We lean forward just a little bit. We bring that rib cage up. Nice, straight spine, okay? So when we do it, if you look at the back, it should look nice, straight, and erect all the way from the top of our head all the way to the base of our bone, okay? So that can be really hard just to sit like that. So sometimes, a lot of times, we'll start doing this, and especially this is really good practice just for if you're working in front of a computer for a lot of the day or just sitting down in general. The more we can do this, that's a great exercise in and of itself, okay? So make sure we're sitting up nice and tall. We're sitting on those sit bones before we start, okay? Our legs can be out to the side a little bit and a little curled up if it's going to help you pull into that position or sit up a little bit better. This might push you back a little bit, okay? So if we need to do that, go ahead. What we're going to do is take our weights. We're doing a sitting press right here. So maintain that good posture all the way through. We have 3 reps. 1, 2, 3. From there, we bring these down to our sides. We lean back, slow and controlled. We curl these back up. Now we're doing 3 presses. 1, 2, 3. We turn these out to the side. We're now doing 3 flies, okay? We're doing 3 tricep extensions. 1, 2, 3, okay? Once we're done, we bring these back down, okay? We can use our arms a bit to help, okay? Or we can grab the back. If we really are struggling, we could bring the legs up and swing back to our sit-up position, okay? And we're going through that cycle 3 times. So we're here. 1, 2, 3. Down. Slow, controlled. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Down and back. Roll back up one more time. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Good. And that right there is our first exercise, okay? Our second one, we're going to be doing this standing. Okay, and we're going over this a little bit more because these are pretty intricate movements. We're combining a lot of things, okay? If you can start doing this quick and fluid and efficient, that's the best way to go, okay? So our first one, we have a standing curl. We're going to be here. We're going to go 3 reps. 1, 2, 3. We're going to go into 3 shoulder rolls. We're going to go in the backwards direction here, okay? So here we go. 1, 2, 3. Okay, now we hold this posture. We're now working on a good hip hinge, okay? So we bend the knee, butt back, chest stays up the whole time, nice straight back. From here, we're going 1, 2, 3 rows. We turn these weights in. 1, 2, 3. We bring this back to the side of the knee, and we reverse that hip hinge, okay? We do that 3 times through. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. And reverse, okay? And we would go ahead and do that one more time, okay? So we have 3 times through on that first one with the sitting overhead press, the laying chest press and tricep extension. We have 3 times through on the standing curl, the shoulder rolls, the bent over row, and the bent over back fly, okay? And for our last one, and these are all of these, for the ease of continuity, we have 3 reps on every single movement, okay? So for our last one, we're doing standing lateral raise. 1, 2, 3. We're then going to go to a combat base, and that just means basically our knee down in a lunge position. So if you need to put a pillow down for your knee, go ahead and do that. We lunge back. We have our pillow down if we need. Slow control. We don't want to bang this knee on the ground, okay? So slow control, use this leg, both legs, to slowly lower, a nice tap. From here now we're doing 3 frontal raises. 1, 2, 3, okay? Notice we don't want to lean forward, okay? We don't want to round the back as we go. Nice and tall, we're squeezing this glute to drive this hip forward, control, and up. Once we're done, we're really driving off this leg. We lean a little forward, we drive up, we recover from that lunge position. We will do on the other side now. Control, control, control. 1, 2, 3. Recover, okay? Then we go back out to the side. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Oops, other side. 1, 2, 3. Okay, this is the bulk of our exercise today, is these 3 movements. Okay, so we're going through those 3 times each. Okay, so that would be one time that we just went through that, and we have 2 others now to go through that. Okay, so 3 reps on all. And if you need to go ahead and rewind the video to see exactly, because I know there's a lot of steps in there, go ahead and do that. Take your time on these. Efficient, crisp, clean movements over sloppy with speed, okay? And our last thing is just a cardio full body killer, okay? Not killer, but full body cardio, hard movements. Okay, we're gonna need both of our dumbbells, and our first thing is a clean thruster. Okay, and it's kind of like what we do when we do our squat, curl, press, just a bit more dynamic. Okay, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna combine this squat and this curl all in one motion. Okay, so we're here, we squat as we come up, we curl, and we have that little absorption. Okay, and then we stop. What we're gonna do, stand nice and tall, we dip and drive, and then reset. Okay, so we're here, squat, curl, and press. Squat, curl, and press, okay? And now once we get this down, we can cycle through. Okay? We're gonna complete this for 10 reps, and then we'll go on to our next movement, okay? Which is going to be just with one of these. We're gonna hold it, and we're gonna mimic kind of like a kettlebell swing. So we're gonna hold it like this, okay? Bend in the knee. We have 6 swings, and then we have 2 reverse lunges per side in a goblet squat position, okay? So we're here with our swings. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Bring it up. 1, 2, 2. We're back to our swings. 2, 3, 4, 5. Notice when I'm doing my swings, knees are bending, but butt's going back. So my shin is staying relatively vertical. Not completely vertical, relatively vertical, because I don't want to swing like this. Just bending my knees forward. right? That's not what we want to do. We go butt back, and then we come up and drive through with the hips, okay? And then we go to our goblet squat. 1, 2, 2. Okay, and we're going through that 3 times. Okay, so that's 18 total swings, and that is 12 total reverse lunges. Okay, and then we go ahead and do those 2 exercises 3 times through as well. Okay, and that is all you have to do for today. So recap. We have our first couple with our on the ground quadruped rotation with our bird dog and our dead bug movements, okay? We have our second one, which is the bulk of our exercise, is those combined movements that we were doing of 3 reps each from various positions, okay? And our last thing is to get the heart rate up, get the body moving, do something a little bit more rhythmical. And that's our dumbbell squat curl, clean thrusters, and our dumbbell swing and goblet squat or goblet position reverse lunge, okay? You're done for the day after that. Good luck, and we'll see you on Wednesday.